Hi everyone, this is Helloangel.design. Today I'm going to show you how to make a smock dress. It's very easy to make. It's a beginner sewing. If you're a beginner, you will enjoy making this dress for your kids or loved ones. So the one that I make right here is for 12 months to 18 months. It's super easy to make. It's not so difficult. Your elastic have to be on your bobbin, while your normal stitch will be on the top stitch. And this is how it look once you have done stitching. And let's get started. So for today, I'm using a different fabric. As you can see right here, the length is 21 inch, the width is 30 inch. So that 30 inch, you have to fold it into two like this, and you put your measuring tape on fold and measure 30 inch. So when you open the fabric, you have 60 by 21. So I have my strap here. The length is 7.5 inch. The width is 3 inch. And then you also cut it out. But before you cut the strap out, make sure to take your child measurement from the shoulder where you want it to start from the beginning and where you want it to end. And then you just take it down. Whatever measurement that you get, make sure to add your seam allowance so that you can stitch along or you can fold it inside. So when you place your fabric, make sure you also place it on fold like this. If you have 7.5 on fold like this, when you open it, that means you have 15 inch by length and 3 inch by width. So I want to explain that. And don't forget your elastic, and make sure you roll your elastic on your bobbin. So when you're going to roll your elastic on your bobbin, do not place it on your sewing machine. You have to roll it by hand. You just keep doing it all around to the end. Make sure the bobbin is full. You can roll up to 2 bobbin because it finishes very quickly. So this is how it is once you are going to make this kind of dress. First thing that you have to do, take your fabric to your sewing machine. You're going to hem your fabric. You fold it inside 1 centimeter and then fold it again 1 centimeter like this and give it a top stitch all around. This time you are using your normal stitch thread. You're not using your bobbin. You're not using your elastic this time. You're just going to use your normal stitch thread. So you make sure you have your normal stitch thread on your bobbin and on your sewing machine and top stitch it all around. So go ahead and fold it inside 1 centimeter and then fold it again 1 centimeter and top stitch it all around. I have hemmed the top edge of the fabric. This is how it looks. The next thing that you have to do, you take your bobbin to your sewing machine, you place it on your sewing machine, and you take your normal stitch thread on the top. So this will be the top, while the bobbin will be at the bottom of the fabric. So come with me and let me show you how to put them together. I have placed my bobbin on the sewing machine. This is how it is. And the next thing that you have to do, set your sewing machine to 4.5 or 5. That will be your stitch length. So I set mine to 4.5. Before you start stitching, roll your sewing machine and take out the elastic thread. Once you have done that, cut a piece of fabric just to try it out. If 4.5 is not okay, then you can extend it to 5. You can see how it is. This is 4.5. And I will turn it this way and then press my sewing machine, I will put it on 5. That will be the stitch length, and I want to see the difference. You can see 4.5 is a lot of gather. 4.5 is also better. The both are very good, so you can decide to use 4.5 or 5. So I just want to show that to you. Make sure you cut a piece of fabric and try it out first before you start stitching. So right now I'm going to start stitching. The next thing that you have to do before you start stitching, don't forget, you have to take a measurement of the length. You are going to give a gap. You don't want to stitch it together. So to do that, the way I will do it, my sewing machine foot will be my guide. Like right now, I will place it like this. This is my guide. Then I will stitch it all down. When I'm going to stitch again, the stitch length before will also be my guide, and then I will place my presser foot right there, and then I will stitch it all down. So go ahead and start stitching. So this is my first stitch right here. You can see how it is. So when I place my presser foot again, this will be my guide. This stitch length will be my guide. So place your presser foot, and then just like this, and continue stitching. So when you're stitching, make sure you stretch your fabric. You don't want it to gather and stitch on top of it. So you just open your fabric and continue stitching. So this is how it looks. You can see how it looks. So I'm using my sewing machine foot as a guide. So I have stitched up to like 5 or 6 right here. Just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will stitch up to 12 or 10. Then we can put the both side seam of this dress together. So go ahead and keep on stitching when we get to the last part, and I will also show you guys how it finally look, and then we can put the side seam together and top stitch. So this is my last stitch. From the very top down here, this will be 12 stitches. I have stitched it all in place. This is how it look. So like I said before, I stitch up to 12 stitches right here. You can stitch more, but I just stitch up to 12. The next thing that you have to do, put it together. You're going to pin the center back. So this will be the center back of the dress. You just go ahead and pin it all the way down. Make sure you pull out both your elastic thread and your normal thread out. You just go ahead and pin it all around. So go ahead and pin it all the way down, and then you can use your normal stitch thread and your normal stitch bobbin thread to top stitch it all the way down. I have pinned it all around. The next thing that you have to do, take it to your sewing machine, give it a top stitch all the way down. So when you're stitching, make sure you stitch your elastic. Do not trim it out yet. Make sure everything are in good position and stitch on top of the elastic all the way down. If you have overlocker, overlock the raw edges, or use zigzag to overlock the raw edges. So go ahead and top stitch. I have stitched the center back and I take it to my overlocker. You can see I overlock the raw edges. The next thing that you have to do is to hem the dress. So take it to your sewing machine, fold inside 1 centimeter and then fold it again and give it a top stitch all around. Once you have done that, then take your piece of strap, fold it into two, make sure both fronts are together like this. And you just go ahead and give it a top stitch all the way down. And then you take the second pieces, put the both front together, give it a top stitch all the way down. Turn it inside out and give it a nice press. Then we can attach it on the dress. I have stitched my strap. This is how it is. I turn it inside out and I make sure the seam is in the mid part of this fabric right here, and I did the same thing with the second pieces, and I have also hemmed my dress all around. The next thing that you have to do is to place it on your dress that you're making. You can see that I place a pin right here. This is the mid part and this is the back. This is the mid part, so that I know the mid part of the dress. So my strap, I'm going to cut a little bit out. So I'm going to take a measurement of 10" total. I will put the two together. I will take a measurement of 10" and I will take my scissors and cut out the excess. Once you have done that, then you fold it like this, fold it inside, just like this, and then fold it again. You see how it is? So when you're going to place it on your dress, what you're going to do, you're going to take a measurement of where you're going to place your strap. From the very end of the dress, I will take a measurement of 2.5 or 3". So because it's elastic, the moment a child put it on, it stretches. You can see how it is, stretches. So I will take a measurement of 2.5" and I will just place my pin right here. And then I will come down to this side and I will also take a measurement of 2.5" and I will place a pin right there. So this is where I am going to place my strap. So you fold it inside like this. You can see the way I fold it inside. And then you pick your dress. You just pick your dress and put it inside the dress like this and pin that in place. And then you come down to the other side, fold it inside, and then fold it again. And you do the same thing. Once you have done pinning like this, you can see how it is. The next thing that you have to do, continue from your stitch line before the stitch line that you hem the dress around. Just continue from that stitch line, stitch it all the way from here to there, and you come down to the other side, the back. You just stitch it from the stitch line where you hem the dress from here to the other end. And you also go ahead and measure this side 2.5". Place your strap, pin it all together, and then your dress is finally ready. So go ahead and stitch that. and I will finally show you how it looks. This is the final look of my dress. This is how it finally looks right here. And this is the back. This is how it finally looks. Thank you all so much for watching. If my tutorial has been helpful, thumbs up. And you all should have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye.